Hey everyone, how's it going? We're on Arctic region today in the T29, and this time it's actually a map and a tank that I like. Now this tank really takes me back. I've had this for quite a long time. Of course before the T110E5, the M103 and all that, because it is a lower tier, as well as the T95, which is the Tier 9 American tank destroyer. And at the time it was the only Tier 9, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. This battle you'll see already, I'm pointing my turret over there. Now there's two reasons I'm doing that. Well, one reason, but it helps in several reasons. The first and only reason is because artillery, as well as other tanks, can be shooting from that way. And regardless of what kind of tank it is, if you point your turret towards them, especially in one like this, that's a lot less surface area for them to shoot at. And oh, what's this M4 doing? Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb, buddy. But if you point your turret towards them with a long turret like this, then that is much less surface area for them to hit. And with a turret like this that's so tough on the front, really with any turret you should be doing this, because who knows what's shooting at you and what kind of gun. It could be a weak little gun or a big gun. But with the front tough part pointed at the enemy, what's the chances of them hurting you compared to the weak side of your turret pointed at them? And oh, I almost got shot in the back by that KV, and if he did shoot me in the back, that would have been my own fault, because when you're in sniper mode, you can't really see if anyone's coming in front of you to cross your path, except for the sounds. But that doesn't help too much, because just by the sounds of that KV behind me, there was no way I could tell if he was on my left or my right. It wasn't too helpful. I couldn't tell if he was in front of me or behind me. But I'm sure that's happened to all of us. We've either been shot in the back or shot someone in the back. I've been shot a few times and I've shot a few people. Sorry. I can't really help it. But it happens. But now, let's see here. This part of the map is where I usually go in heavy tanks. I usually go the opposite direction if I'm in a medium tank or a tank destroyer. At least on this side. Otherwise, I'd like to go around this corner too in a tank destroyer, because it's nice frontal armor and it's pretty safe from artillery as long as you're smart about it. There's a few really common mistakes I see happen on this map. First off, people do exactly what I'm going to do and push around the corner, and that allows the enemy's artillery to shoot at you while your artillery won't be able to shoot at the enemy tanks. Now I went around that corner thinking, ooh, this might be a dumb idea. A couple of the other guys wanted to, so I decided to follow him. If you might have saw that in the chat, then here's your proof. But the artillery are all lit up right now, so I'm really hoping that they're busy, they'll be distracted, or that they'll get killed very soon. And there's several guys up on the hill there, so I'm going to try to hide behind this mound. You can see that T29, he's just showing his turret. That's very smart of him. You'll see in a second he's kind of wiggling his turret back and forth. But I'm at the bottom of the hill, so he has to peek over. He sees basically the same thing on me and the T29's turret, if you don't already know. It is very tough. You can see I'm trying to hit the little hatch on top of his turret. That's the biggest weak point on the front of the T29 turret. If you can hit that, then you might have a chance. But it's a tough target, especially from the distance. He's wiggling his turret back and forth now, and I just bounced off the hatch of his turret. Now that hatch, it's a weak point, but it's not that weak. If you have a small gun, you're probably not going to get through it too easily still, and you might just have to push up and try to shoot the hull of his tank. Now, he turned his turret there at the last second, which was kind of dumb, and I managed to hit him. It was still a pretty lucky shot, because if I would have shot even just a little earlier, it would have hit him. It would have not hurt him, sorry. And if you see those little, like the ears on the T29 turret, don't shoot at those. Typically, that'll do no damage to him. Your shell will penetrate, but it's like hitting spaced armor. So, don't really bother with that, at least not from the front. Now he's turning his turret the other way without moving away. I can shoot him, finish him off. Now the back of his turret is still tough, but not that tough. The T34, the back of its turret is actually tougher than the side of its turret, so don't let that fool you. Now I've got these two guys shooting at me, and I've got to finish them off. But I can only shoot at one at a time, of course, and I figure I could better go with the weakest link. And the guy that's actually paying attention to me, if you notice that TOG, he was looking at me, or he wasn't looking at me, he was looking in the direction, and the IS was trying to kill me. So if the three of them would have rushed down a little earlier and hit me, and all swarmed around me, I would have lost. I probably would have been dead. And I set the TOG on fire. Now I'm going to try to shoot him in the same spot to catch him on fire again, because I can't quite finish him off. Oh, and there the other guy hits him. Now he does have a low enough amount of health points, and I finished him off with that one shot. Didn't need to try to catch him on fire anymore. Now, if you look on the mini-map, you'll see that the enemy is getting pretty close to our to our base. And you can also see that they're all kind of sitting in front of a tank destroyer. The one might be trying to flank, but if you're stupid enough to sit in front of a tank destroyer, then that's not good. If there's one, even one of you, especially if there's many of you, then rush it. You might take a hit, but if you can survive that first hit, or you can distract them long enough for your teammates to get around, even if you die, then you will be victorious. Because once you're beside a tank destroyer, typically it's all over for them, unless they have a turret. And even if they don't have a turret, or even if they do have a turret, this side's going to be much easier for you to hurt. Now, that tiger over there, he's causing the guys on their base a little bit of problems. I'm trying to hit him, but there's not much of him showing. It's kind of a long shot. I thought I hit him there at first. I got a little excited about that, but I didn't. So I just better push onto the base and point my turret in that direction, just in case that guy somehow manages a shot, although unless he moves quite a bit, he's not going to. But guys, remember, as I talked about in my last video, remember to send me your battle replays, and just with your impressive moments, not your whole battles, but just an impressive moment. So you say you get a couple kills in no time, or you somehow magically survive something, then send me those. But otherwise, until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.